exposure from being on this program.
But that's what she is. She's a gold digger. She's a gold digger.
No, she's not a gold digger.
Great ideas and inventors naturally make their way to the top, but some get there in other ways. That being said, today I bring you 10 biggest scams in Shark Tank history.
I'm here today to show you that there is a better way to train. The only question left is, which one of you sharks can keep up?
Number 10. In this episode, it felt like there was too much talk than proof. Patrick is seeking $500,000 for a product named Titan, which is a compression gear designed around the human anatomy. He created this for healing muscles and improving recovery times. This man also tries to emphasize that this product helps people have a better way of training. Unsatisfied with the way he was pitching the product, one of the judges blatantly tells Patrick he doesn't care about what the athletes do, instead he wants the facts. The group of judges begin to laugh about the product being compared to ankle and wrist weights, trying to justify the value of it. He informed them that he is a mechanical engineer, specializing in biotech from Virginia Tech, and almost last month alone broke almost $1 million in revenue. With such an impressive background, it seemed this item was too good to be true. The other sharks seemed not too trustworthy about this individual, but 2 of them made an offer. Eventually, Patrick accepted the offer. Awesome that his sale was pitched, but it still felt like he was scamming them.
What will the sales be this year, Patrick?
We're looking at breaking 10 million this year.
Wow.
Possibly 16, depending on inventory.
Number 9. Miles Pent wants $2.5 million for his company. His pitch is about wanting to measure your body with a phone app and details about what you want in the outfit, for example, certain fabrics, etc. There's quite a bit of mixed emotions on this technology and ideas on his business venture. All sharks were in question the high value that Miles came in with for the company M. Taylor. They are wondering if he's trying to take advantage of the sharks, making them suspicious about his legitimacy for his last valuation. Despite different offers, he wasn't accepting any of the offers made, making all sharks angry. Because of the lack of skill set this young man had and asking for a high amount of money for the company, looked like it had huge potential, but he repeatedly declined offers, and just because he wanted to get on the show for an ad, attempting to play the system potentially and to exploit the program. It also felt like high-value money being asked was another scam that he was trying to utilize.
Tucked versus untucked. You won't find tucked and untucked options at FUBU shirts in stores.
Wow.
Number 8. SO Watches is apparently a silicone watch company infused with negative iron technology. They wanted to seek investment of $35,000 in exchange for 20% of the company. He was trying to persuade the sharks about his company and the purpose of the watch to help restore their energy failed in our bodies. Making it seem like a health concern, he was using an excuse about such issues to make a scam to swindle his way into the money. This honestly seems like the biggest and lousy scam on this show, this item clearly not being very valuable at all.
To positive, negative ion stuff?
No, I'm allergic to scams.
Number 7. A man named Freddy confidently walks into the building in front of the sharks offering 20% share to his company for $1 million in return. He wanted to make an ultimate modern home, wanting to upgrade the bath. He believed that it was genius to create a quote-unquote bathroom revolution, an automated bathtub. He pressed the button and it would deliver the perfect bath for a person who is placed on a list of information, essentially a preset. Peter Jones isn't convinced that Freddy's invention isn't unique as it seems. He has a bath in Portugal that'll fill a bath automatically for him via his iPad. Nobody seems interested in such a product when it takes literally 5 minutes to create your own bath. This guy is a scam artist and everyone in the room, including himself, can see it. After trying to sell his bath product, he began to try to pitch other inventions such as his quote-unquote wow switch. He seems like he might be a little bonkers, if you ask me. People are not only dumbfounded by his inventions, but also think they are ridiculous.
The system monitors the true activities of the bath, so it knows how warm and how deep it is at any moment of time.
Number 6. Damon and Mark begin to tear apart a gold digger scammer for trying to get the $600,000 she wanted. She believed it could add so much more value to their company. Apparently, the note made was many months prior when they had less revenue. What she wanted contributed by the Shark Tank was one of the investors, Richard, could help them a lot with his chillness and coolness, quoted by her herself. She was offering 5% in return for the money and began to claim she was working with influencers and partners with other celebrities. She doesn't need the money and doing exactly what the previous person on the show did, coming onto the show scamming them for exposure to get publicity for their company. Doing a little research around the internet, it was made apparent that her website claimed, quote-unquote, as seen on Shark Tank.
Going to get exposure for being on this program.
But yeah, but that's what she is. She's a gold digger.
Number 5. Nightrunner was a deal that was made on the show but didn't go through after the episode was aired. After tripping, they decided to come up with an idea of making shoes that allow the rechargeable batteries light up the trail when you decide to go walking early in the morning or late evening. The couple was offered from over 300 companies worldwide that would have really happily purchased their product. They didn't need Robert's investment anymore, which caused the deal to not go through. Despite this being a success on the couple's part, ending up selling their website for approximately $1 million, Robert would have felt scammed by being cheated out of money.
I mean, part of the problem is you named it Nightrunner, and there's your work boots, right?
Well, that's why the new model will be called Night Shift.
Number 4. With the Sharks being experienced within the field that they are in, they've seen a large quantity of con artists on the show. This one in particular was quite absurd and hilarious to the team. In this case, it wasn't necessary to be qualified to know that either something was a scam, too good to be true, or wouldn't work as a business. Max Velveeta was trying his hardest to push his product called Morning Head as a pitch. With such an inappropriate name, it was a cap that essentially went on your head and was used to cure bedhead hair. The members of the TV show couldn't stop laughing whilst trying to persuade the board, calling it a labeled shower cap. They obviously declined his offer, knowing fully well that this was a scam and something that most likely wouldn't really pop off.
What for? Because they're disposable. They only last about 6 months. So people are writing in ordering.
Number 3. This scam was clever, but also an awful thing to do towards investors. This lady claimed that her company was about fashionable clothing items for women who were plus size and bigger. She decided a clothing brand for the demographic was what she wanted to cater towards. After accepting the offer made to her and then receiving the money for the company, this woman, Gayla Bentley, then disappeared off the face of the planet, avoiding contact with the investors and closing down the website a month later, walking off with just free money.
They don't have any clothes in their luxury retail space. Over a size 12.
Yes, I understand.
Number 2. A solution for messy little eaters. Lindsay pitches her product called Easy Peasy, seeking $1 million for a 5% stake in her company. She began to talk about how mealtime is a struggle with her 3 toddlers prior to this product coming into her life, saying it was crazy and there had to be a better way. The Happy Mat is an all-in-one silicone-placed mat and plate. The best part in her eyes being that it suctions to the surface, preventing spills and messes. After talking about distributors, orders, and how much items were sold, they began to discuss their deal. She was viewed crazy on TV due to her behavior, having the deal she wanted offered to her still being denied. This woman overvalued her product quite a bit and wasn't able to comprehend that they wanted to give her what she wanted. I don't know why, but I feel this is a case of scamming the program for attention, wanting to be on television potentially for advertisement. But again, maybe she's just a little bit delusional.
You made $140,000. That was your earnings.
Yeah.
How do you get to 20 million?
And finally, numero uno. That means number 1, but I barely speak Spanish. This is not only a scam, but sheer stupidity, especially if someone was delusional enough to believe that there was potential business within this specific company. Alex and Riata is seeking $50,000 for 10% equity in their business. They explained how simple their company was, and how it's called Potato Parcel, which all they do is literally mail potatoes. Potato Parcel being a brand new way of sending someone a custom message written on a potato. One of the board members said it was stupid on a stick, and in response they responded back, stupid on a potato. After laughing it off about how ridiculous the company is, they discussed the product. Despite it being something that is silly, they were made an offer, and eventually came to a deal. It being an agreement, I still feel though as this was a scam and not really a smart business venture, but then again, if you ask me, I just do voiceovers. What do I know?
There's a potato company?
Yes, it's a potato.
Oh, I thought the outfit was a pair of testicles.
And with that being said, that concludes what are 10 biggest scams in Shark Tank history. Feel free to comment down below on what you thought about today's video, and maybe leave a like if you've enjoyed. Also, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to see more Spacebound videos similar to this one in the near future. And have all of yourselves a very excellent day.